All right. So if you are upset or frustrated and you want to kind of like dig at someone, what is the best way to do it without cursing?
Sometimes I'll just like turn the mirror on them and be like, "Oh, you left the house looking like that," like just really making them be insecure. But
Mhm.
other day, I was mentioning somebody and I was saying like, I was describing them as you would describe a person:
Yeah.
long hair, tall, short. I was like, "Oh, so and so with the yellow teeth," and everybody laughed at me. And I said,
Oh,
"No, no, I didn't mean to say yellow teeth. I meant with the bad hairline. I mean, no, I didn't expect to do all that." So I have a natural way of
just
putting you down.
insulting people without
Yeah,
meaning to, just kind of your
listen,
go-to.
my love language, okay?
Insult to Ronnie's love language. There you go.
Okay, so I know you're supposed to say, and this is from somebody who's gained a lot of weight, lost a lot of weight, found a lot of weight, but beyond that, I don't know that I think dressing when you're a little heavier is as doable. Like everyone's like, no, you should rock whatever. Me personally, the bigger I am, you just gonna get sweat shorts and a hoodie. It's just there is a thing about being real slim and you really kind of playing with the uniqueness of the way fabric works on your body. But I know that you're supposed to be so positive about it. Like you could dress at any body type. Is it different for men and women? That might be another part of it
Well, I
too.
think it has a lot to do with comfort too. Like how comfortable do you want to be? Because it's depending on how you're embracing the size that you are. I mean, I've done the same, like lost weight, gain weight, like all that.
Mhm.
I've always had kind of like it's always been kind of a thing for me. But I think it's more about comfort.
It's a layered conversation. I know that, but dress how you want. How about that?
There you go.
And you know what I miss?
What do you miss?
I miss like television where you could only watch it, inside a TV block of like TGI Friday or
Oh
must see TV on
yeah.
NBC. CBS was
Or
pretty
like
good for a while. I miss
Saturday morning
that,
cartoon blocks.
where you
Like I
knew
miss
that
that.
this
Yeah.
was a time that you would watch this bit of programming and it was all kind of similar programming. Now we don't get that because everything is streaming. So
Yeah.
streaming is good, but
Oh.
it don't you feel like it loses a little bit of connection when like that like everybody's watching the same show, or is that kind of a thing of the past?
It is a thing of the past, but you know what? I found that a lot of streaming services are now doing this feature where you can do watch parties to kind of bring some of that back. Like you can do virtual
Oh,
watch parties with like your friends
wow.
and family. So it kind of brings that vibe back. So I don't think you're the only one that misses that.
That's cool. Okay, so a tough word to say. It's really not easy to say. What do you think of insects? INSECTS, right? Like the
Mhm.
bugs, the gross things. But they're necessary for life, but they're always, you don't want them in your, in your kitchen.
But it's a more recent thing for me is I definitely don't like spiders and all of that stuff. But I have found in the last few years that I will trap them and put them back outside. Like I don't like to just dispose of them. Like I'd rather give
Mm,
them a chance to go do what they're
right.
meant to
Don't
do.
spray them
You
down with
know,
raid.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, I try not to. I
What
mean,
about la cucaracha? Those
oh
ones I
no,
don't.
those kind of like if they're not serving a good purpose, they gotta go.
Listen,
Like,
cockroach, you didn't pay this rent
yes,
or this mortgage, so you got to go.
gotta go, gotta go. What about you? I mean, do you have something that's like that too?
Like what?
You just hate doing that other people don't think it's a big deal, but you just can't stand it.
Not hate doing, but let's just focus on the word hate, my favorite
Mhm.
word. I hate like like I can't go to sleep in like really quiet, quaint neighborhoods. I need to be in
Oh,
exciting. Like when I lived in New York, when I lived in Brooklyn, specifically off the JMZ line, I loved all the noise that the
okay.
train provided. And I know that like it would be the opposite for most people. They like it
Mhm.
quiet and smooth. No, I need the electricity. So that would be,
Oh, you need okay, you like the background noise. You need that energy.
and I literally hate when I have to be in this like, oh my gosh, I don't hear anything. What is going on? I just don't like it.
Hmm, interesting. All right. So when it comes to success, do you feel to be successful, you just get lucky, you need to have a certain skill, or do you think it's a mixture of both?
I think anyone would be crazy to say luck is not involved. I think at least if you come from where I come from, the concept of hard work is already built in, baby. Like you are working. So the notion that people make it like, oh, don't say I got lucky, I worked my butt off. Everybody did. And people who are good have worked even harder and they have not succeeded. So don't rule out, I wouldn't call it luck, like, you know, you just jumped into something, but
Right.
you have to be in the right situation and you have to have the connections and you have to have the right opportunity. So luck is part of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So do you think you can kind of make your own luck? Just put yourself in those right scenarios and in those right places and then try. And it might like add something to it.
Know what you're doing and have right place at the right time. I mean, it's a
There you
perfect
go.
storm. Yeah.
There you go.
Build your own luck. Damn it. So while we're talking about all these big deals and things that make people go crazy, is there a thing that is a big deal to you, but other people are like, it's nothing?
Getting gas. I can't stand it. I feel like
Because it's
so
gross, like the
it
germs.
just annoys me to have to stop and get gas. It's irrational. Like it's ridiculous. It takes like 5 minutes, not even. But I just hate having to do it. If I never had to get gas again, I would be very happy.
See, I could see if you said, oh, it's because of the gasoline or the germs on the pump.
It's not even that deep. It's just I just don't like doing it.
You should go live in New Jersey because they don't pump their own gas.
I know. I love that. I miss those full service stations.
Maybe they should start bringing them back. I mean, that would suffice Kelly at least.
Yes, I like that.
What is the one thing that people are always misunderstanding you? I feel like I know you, but what do they get wrong?
I think people think I'm a lot meaner than I actually am because I don't like mediocrity, especially when I'm working. Like I want people to do their best because that's what I bring them in for. So if you can't hold up to at least doing what's asked of you, I get really irritated. And I don't really yell. I just talk. I speak very sternly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just the way that I say things that people just kind of misunderstand. But that's it. It's like I want to just do the best I can at everything. And I want people around me that are the same, have that same mentality. So it's like if you really don't want to work and you just want to be a crybaby, of course, I'm going to be a bitch and you're not going to like me and like all that. That's the way it's going to be perceived because I'm telling you, I brought you in to do this job. It's not a party. Like there's real work being done. Just because I make it look easy doesn't mean it's easy.
Okay. Listen, we're talking jokes or whatever. What is the one thing that people are always misunderstanding you? I feel like I know you, but what do they get wrong?
I think people think I'm a lot meaner than I actually am because I don't like mediocrity, especially when I'm working. Like I want people to do their best because that's what I bring them in for. So if you can't hold up to at least doing what's asked of you, I get really irritated. And I don't really yell. I just talk. I speak very sternly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just the way that I say things that people just kind of misunderstand. But that's it. It's like I want to just do the best I can at everything. And I want people around me that are the same, have that same mentality. So it's like if you really don't want to work and you just want to be a crybaby, of course, I'm going to be a bitch and you're not going to like me and like all that. That's the way it's going to be perceived because I'm telling you, I brought you in to do this job. It's not a party. Like there's real work being done. Just because I make it look easy doesn't mean it's easy.
Okay. Kelly, I think you like Los Angeles more than me, don't you?
I probably do.
I grew up in Southern California, but this has always driven me crazy. The best thing about California is you could go from the beach to the mountains in one day. With this traffic? No.
Best thing.
Have you ever done it? You're going to tell me you're going to go from Santa Monica Beach to like the Big Bear Mountains or whatever, and you're going to do that in one day.
There.
Nobody does that in one day. And by the way, you want to be in traffic for like 6 hours? Get out of here with that positive, uplifting talk.
They might not do it, but there's the option to.
See, this is why I lived in New York and loved it a lot better because it matches who I am.
But those are the things I miss now that I don't live there, even though I didn't take advantage of it as much as
we could go to the beach and the mountains in the same day. Well, let me see you try. I was laughing at a tweet, Kelly, about somebody making fun of Leonardo DiCaprio, how he's like not as attractive as he used to be, but like we all get older. Yeah. Do you think that tweet is mean, or when people say stuff like that, do you think that's mean, or does it just come with the territory of him being an actor?
Is it like more in context because he's dating like 19-year-olds or something?
I think it was
like,
that. That was my defense. Like, let him be. He's okay, and we love him for his acting, not his looks per se. I mean, he's a good-looking guy, or was. Yeah. but it's more about like the running joke of him dating
Yeah.
younger 22-year-olds, and he's not 22 anymore.
No, he's not. What was your favorite Leonardo DiCaprio era? Like, did you have a favorite when you thought he was like at his peak? Mine was when he was in The Departed. I like, oh my God, I like thought he was like the hottest when he was in The Departed. All right, so Madonna's been really big in the news recently, and not for anything good.
Always,
How do you
always.
feel? Right, but people are being so mean about her aging and the plastic surgery stuff. Like, what do you think about that?
Kelly, it's that thing where it's one thing to have the plastic surgery and to, age. I believe she's in her mid 60s. It's another to like have fun and be a badass about it. And that I think is why people have the reaction. Very much like Lizzo, how like Lizzo, it's one thing for her to be big and like embrace it for herself, but it's another thing to like advocate and be like powerful. And for some reason, people get, they go to Twitter and they become haters. I think let the woman age the way she wants to. If this makes Madonna happy, it's not a deterrent from who she used to be. She's always been a abstract, thought-provoking type of person. So I just leave her alone. And if it's bad surgery, just luckily it didn't happen to you,
All right, so where do we stand on live tweeting? It kind of annoys me and I don't appreciate it, especially with all the different time zones and stuff, especially with finales. Like, don't do it.
Yeah, I think you could live tweet all the episodes. If there's like a HBO series, there's 10 episodes, do the whole thing. But on the 10th episode, maybe have a little couth and wait for like the big juggernaut, and not, the big like spoiler or the, oh my God, didn't see that coming. Because the reality is the people who are on different time zones, they are going to have to see the spoiler or stay off Twitter or whatever, which is totally a good thing. But I don't know. Also, why are you on the damn Twitter all the time? Just watch the TV show and shut up.
Watch the show and appreciate
it. Have a friend. Get a friend. Yeah, watch it again. Go to the tweet right away. Be a human first. What is the perspective different for you than where like Madonna's like my queen, or one of the, the pop divas that I love, but is it different for you as a woman looking up to the way people treat her in terms of like her aging and the plastic surgery? What do you think?
I think it's really unfortunate, just the scrutiny that women get in general for aging, for deciding not to have children, for being single, like all of these things that we're always laser focused on. And, a lot of it comes from other women too. And I feel like if you have time to sit and berate someone for their choices, or, so what if she wants to get plastic? Like, so what if she wants to do whatever, if she wants a grill at 60, like, who cares? Like, I might think it's silly, but like, who cares? You're right. Leave her alone and you worry about you.
Oh, it's another pet peeve of mine. Doesn't matter how slim you are, how in shape you are, how chubby you are. I cannot stand people who jump in your conversation and say, well, that smoothie, all that natural sugar, you're eating a bonbon. Like, what is it with the people rushing to tear down
your business?
The sugar in fruits, which of course I know, yes, I know. But at the same time, like, if you think about some people who have been like, sort of out of sorts and eating unhealthy, and then they switch up and start eating like fruit smoothies or whatever, that's a good step. But, oh, did you know there's a lot of natural sugar in that, the strawberry? It's like, shut up. Nobody asked you.
Did you know that you live longer when you mind your own business?
Yeah. Shut up, dummy.